Just play and then we can make a loop. Just make a play.
begins with a vision. One that bridges Oman's timeless path. Now he discovered that secret from which we'll never come.
That cable, the one which I had, is not working anymore. All day I'm trying to charge my phone, and it's only 40%. But when I use this one, the more newer one, it's charging. It's old. And I charge this thing after it finishes.
I charge it after that.
Okay.
Essaye de mettre ça dans le couloir. Ouais, là-bas, super.
Ne inquiétez pas.
Ça va en haut.
Ah, t'es déjà là?
Salut chérie.
Alors, comment ça se passe?
Ça va, je suis épuisée.
Tu m'étonnes. Attends, je vais dire bonjour aux voisins.
D'accord.
Bonjour. Je suis Scott Maravich.
Mike Prentice. Enchanté.
De même.
Vous louez la maison des Brent?
Exact, ouais. C'est compliqué de trouver une maison à un prix correct dans le coin. C'est la piscine qui nous a convaincus.
Oui, c'est vrai qu'avec la chaleur qu'il fait, c'est une bonne chose.
Hé, Jenna! Viens, que je te présente notre nouveau voisin.
J'arrive.
On est super contents.
Bienvenue. Vous avez une belle voiture.
Ah, elle est canon. Vous savez, si ça vous intéresse, je peux vous en avoir une pour 3 fois rien.
Oh, vous en vendez?
Venez me voir, je vous ferai faire un essai. Sans obligation.
D'accord.
Salut, je m'appelle Jenna.
Bonjour.
Ravie
Moi,
de vous
c'est
rencontrer.
Mike. On devrait organiser un barbecue dimanche. Je vous présenterai les voisins.
Génial.
Ouais. À quelle heure on vient?
Je dois demander à ma femme, mais ce sera sûrement dans l'après-midi, j'imagine, vers 4 heures.
C'est sympa, j'apporte la bière. Tenez, envoyez-moi un message à ce numéro quand vous saurez. Faut qu'on finisse de tout sortir.
Oui.
Ces gars sont hors de prix. Heureux de vous connaître.
Heureux de vous rencontrer. Au
À
revoir.
bientôt.
Il est gentil.
Ouais, il a l'air sympa. Salut.
Ça va?
Les pâtes.
Les raviolis sont surgelés, mais les tomates sont fraîches du jardin.
J'ai vu une nouvelle voiture à côté. Les nouveaux voisins sont venus.
Je les ai invités pour un barbecue avec les voisins dimanche.
Yeah.
Je pensais qu'on pouvait inviter les Kettner aussi et...
سأحكي لكم حكاية من ألف ليلة وليلة في إحدى الممالك القديمة. ترى هي مسرحية في العلا.
Samantha, you nearly knocked me down. Samantha, what do you say?
Excuse me, Sister Jean. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sister Alejandra, my doofy brothers and girls can't do what boys can do because we're weak.
Nonsense. You can do anything you want when you grow up, even president of a great country. Don't you forget that.
I want to be like Father John and hold Mass and serve bread and wine on communion when I grow up.
Well, that would be wonderful. Or Samantha, you could be a sister like me and teach in a beautiful school or a big hospital. Or you can work with the poor, but you can never be a priest.
Let's go, children.
Let's go.
Who the hell is Sasha? You heard me? Okay, so you're just gonna ignore me?
Why are you searching through my phone?
Do not answer my question with another question.
You know, that's the kind of thing that makes me think I can't trust you.
Do not flip this on me. Who is she?
She's just some chick. I can't control who texts me.
Some chick? Well, some chick said that y'all were gonna hang out tonight.
Well, how's that possible if I'm gonna be with you? So why don't you go buy the sexiest little black dress you can find?
You think you can buy me, don't you?
It's working, isn't it?
No. Kind of.
I know I'm called to guide your people and to do your will. Help me, Father, with this child. I know I'm called to guide your people and to do your holy will. Amen. Good day, Father John.
Sister Alejandra, we need to talk.
Yes, Father.
Once again, I have word that you're speaking with the young girls about women going into the priesthood.
Father John.
And worst of all, you yourself have applied to the seminary to study for the priesthood. Now, what kind of an example are you setting for these girls?
Father, I want to do what you do. I wish to bring the word of Jesus Christ to his people.
You already do.
I do not, Father. You know I don't.
In your own way, yes.
It's not enough, Father. I pray, and the message is the same. I believe in my heart that Jesus wants me to minister, that he wants me to become a priest. It is my calling.
You know that the church will not allow women to become priests. There are so many things.
Father, they are not.
They will have to
Why,
be.
Father? Why shouldn't a woman be allowed to become a priest?
It is the law of the church. Now, look, we have had this discussion several times over the past year. You leave me no choice. You are no longer to work with the students. You are now assigned to assist with the shut-ins. Do you understand?
Yes, Father, I understand.
Have a blessed day, sister.
What happened to that? Oh?
Sister Alejandra, where are you going?
I'm leaving the school, but soon you'll have a new teacher and she'll help you learn amazing things.
No, you are a teacher. We want you, Sister Alejandra.
That won't be possible.
Will we ever see you again?
I promise you will be in my heart. I will keep it always. Thank you. Alejandra, I'm so sorry it had to come to this. You just have to be so careful when going against church doctrine. What will you do now?
Hey, Sash, it's Tommy. Sorry I missed you last night. I got hung up at work.
It's okay. Let's talk tonight.
Yeah, I'll call you later. All right, bye.
Good morning, Mr.
Good
Riley.
morning, darling. How are you this fine Monday?
I am tired.
How's your boys? You still giving you a hard time?
You just discovered girls.
Why don't you bring them in? I can have a talk with them.
Oh, no, baby. Listen, it was your mother's birthday. I sent her a gift from you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey, who's Alejandro Batista?
Oh, that's the matter sent over by Dunbar. Tommy,
Yeah.
call your mother.
No. Take a seat. Briefly on the Solis case.
Sure. Twin Solis, gender discrimination case, brilliant executive, denied promotions, paid less than their male counterparts. It's an open and shut trial, right?
It's a statement case for other women bumping into the glass ceiling.
Now, of course, my heart really bleeds for Glenn, except when you get in front of a jury of 8 men and they don't agree.
Set up a settlement conference.
If we settle, we'll be leaving money on the table.
Assuming we win in court, where the odds against the plaintiff are 2 to 1. So there's litigation risk, not to mention the reputation cost for the firm if we lose. Take the sure settle.
Tommy, you're not afraid of trials, are you?
What's our demand?
2.5.
What are they?
750.
What's it worth?
900.
Settle.
Tommy,
What's this new case you sent over?
one of our biggest clients called in a favor for her housekeeper's daughter, Alejandra Batista.
Pro bono?
Does that matter? Her company bills $5 million a year. I'd mow her lawn every weekend if she asked. Plus, the firm requires what? 75 pro bono hours. You've got 3. Is that really the number you want to take to the partnership committee next month?
No, sir. What's this about?
Didn't Soap tell you?
I was,
It's a case we don't want, but we can't duck. Just make it go away.
What are we settling?
Woman suing the Catholic Church.
I can help you. Tommy, right. Get your name. I'll Batista. Does Alan Batista here to see you?
Yeah, thanks. Please, let me take this one.
Don't let me down.
I never do. So, Miss Batista is in the lobby. Would you meet her, please?
Right this way. All right, I'll tell you what. Why don't you put on that little dress that I just bought you? And when I pick you up, you can tell Daddy all of it. I need to call you back. Miss Batista, please sit down. Can I get you some coffee, water?
No, thank you.
Sil, why don't you stay? So, Mrs. Batista.
It's Ms.
Oh, sorry, Ms. Batista. Let me just say how truly sorry I am for everything that's happened to you.
What are you talking about?
I was informed that you're suing the Catholic Church, so I assume...
I'm suing the Catholic Church because I want to become a Catholic priest.
I see. Before we go any further down that road, Miss Batista, I apologize. I have to ask. Are you serious about this?
You have an Irish name. Are you Catholic, Mr. Riley?
I didn't have any choice in the matter.
Are you a practicing Catholic?
I was an altar boy.
Ms. Batista, my religious practice is the least of your concern. You are suing the Catholic Church to become a priest.
No, Mr. Riley. I want to sue the Catholic Church to allow me to enter the seminary so that I can become a priest.
Miss Batista.
Oh, yeah.
You can't become a priest.
Because I'm a woman? Last time I checked, there were laws in this country that prohibit discrimination based on gender.
Yes, but...
And is the Catholic Church an institution and governed by the laws of this country?
You're oversimplifying.
Then how can the church discriminate against me based solely on my gender?
Are you sure you wouldn't rather become a lawyer instead of a priest?
Don't patronize me, Mr. Riley.
Ms. Batista, I don't think God himself could help me become a priest.
The only thing I don't have in way of qualifications is a... Why is that a fundamental requirement for the priesthood?
I have no idea.
All priests take a vow of celibacy. So what difference does it make what ordained a priest has?
Could you help me out here, sir?
We're supposed to avoid a lawsuit.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and the church will want to settle to avoid the notoriety.
Unless they decide to let me study to become a priest, I have no intention of settling.
We don't like to go to court unless we have a fighting chance to win. So why don't we take the weekend? We'll think about it, you can think about it, and we'll talk again on Monday.
My mind won't change. If you won't represent me, then Mr. Dunbar will find someone who will.
We'll be in touch. We'll do a little research, and I'll contact you within a week.
Thank you for your time.
That France movie is finished?
I'm learning everything about Miss Batista. Put together a memorandum about the viability of getting past motion to dismiss.
You think there's something here?
Just doing my due diligence. Yes, Father John. Yes. Yes, thank you, sir.
Alejandra, we have raised you to be a good Catholic. All of your life, you have made us proud. But this time you have brought shame on the family with this silly priest thing. How can we go to Mass on Sunday now? Every time Father John sees us, he'll be thinking, oh, Pastor Batista, he can now control his family. You make me look weak. No. You don't speak. You must respect tradition.
What?
Say something.
You just said
This is too much.
Please.
Oh.
Oh,
Tommy.
Happy birthday. That dress makes you look even more beautiful than ever.
Oh, Irish Blarney, just like your father. Oh. So how's what's her name?
What's her name?
Oh, you're a bad boy. Maybe you'd be able to remember their names if they stuck around for more than 2 weeks. You're just like your father with that wandering eye. So what are you working on now?
Actually, Dunbar dropped a pro bono case in my lap. It's about a young woman who wants to sue the Catholic Church to become a priest.
You know, your Aunt Dottie's hip is bothering her, and Rose as well, Rose.
It's okay. You don't want to talk about it. I probably know your feelings anyway.
She doesn't have that right.
Mom, I don't want this case to go to trial any more than you do. But if I blow this, I won't make partner.
Well, then you'll have to make partner at some other firm. Because if you take on this case and win, you'll change the religion I've practiced all my life. That your father practiced.
He didn't practice.
Poor man never recovered from Vatican II.
He never recovered from Irish whiskey. You want to have a real conversation? Let's have one.
Okay. What about the millions of Catholics who do practice? Do you really think you have the right to do this?
We are a nation of laws, and no one, including the Catholic Church, gets to be above the law.
Yeah, what about the laws of God, Tommy? Where do they play in this?
Can we please not do this? I'm sorry. It's your birthday.
Tommy, if you force the Catholic Church to make a woman a priest, I don't know if I'll be able to forgive you.
That woman, she wants to become a priest, so she went to that lawyer.
Okay.
Wherever she was, they were stopping her.
Why are they stopping her?
Don't believe that.
Yeah, actually, I didn't make it an early night.
Oh, why?
I had a pretty crazy day at work. This woman wants to sue the Catholic Church.
He's a
She
lawyer,
wants to be a priest.
and this is the lady.
Went to him.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just naive. But isn't the law pretty
Definitive?
definitive on the separation of church and state?
I may not see it that way.
And then there's always the Tommy way. Doesn't matter whose life you may ruin.
Oh, come on.
Why don't you answer it?
For what?
Well, you don't have anything to hide.
Don't have anything to prove either.
It's just always going to be like this, isn't it?
Like what?
Like you can't commit to anyone.
Oh, what?
You are so full of it. Is that all you ever think about? Am I just some sex toy to you?
And who is this girl with her?
Tommy Riley, the new Gloria Allred, champion of women's rights.
No gloating. It's unseemly.
Is she looking for a payday?
I wish. I think the only way to win this is not to play. Silk, what'd you find out?
We filed to be a case of first impression, and no time has this cause of action been raised in state or federal court.
Do we have jurisdiction?
The short answer is yes. We've seen it in cases, but never in ecclesiastical rules.
Okay, do we have a case?
We have the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits the discrimination of women for employment without good cause.
Is a priest an employee?
At best, he's an independent contractor.
Well, that's a problem.
Yes and no. We're not only suing for her to become a priest, we're suing for her to have the right to enter the seminary to study for the priesthood. I think that's what we need to focus on.
The seminarian is a student. It's only after ordination that he becomes a priest.
We have case law expanding a woman's right to venues previously restricted to males.
Like educational institutions.
Now, that may get us past a motion to dismiss. If we can do that.
We're before a jury. Tell me about Miss Alejandra Batista.
Age 28, born September 18, 1988 in Mexico. Immigrated to the U.S. in 96 with the family when the father got a job with the oil
In my book, I was pursued by the fear that in omitting the slightest detail, I might lose some guiding hint.
So you put down every insignificant detail on the notion, perhaps, that to the reader these countless facts would suddenly start to move, to assemble and betray their secret?
I did not intend to betray the secrets of the dead, for those are surely forgiven, even if their lives were forsaken.
The apostles, if you recall, in the New Testament, rightly deserve such an accolade for Christ our Lord. He alone was forsaken, crucified on the cross for the forgiveness of sins.
Doña Maria knew that she too sinned, and that though her love for her daughter was vast enough to include all the colors of love, it was not without a shade of tyranny. She had loved her daughter, not for her daughter's sake, but for her own. She longed to free herself from this ignoble bond, but the passion was too fierce to cope with. How could she rule her daughter, when her daughter saw to it that 4,000 miles lay between them? All she could ask of a god or of immortality was some sign of her daughter's devotion. A kind word, an affectionate aside, a letter from Spain.
Peter? Is that a package from Spain? Let's see. Here, quick, read it to me.
My dear mother, the weather here has been most exhausting.
And the fact that the gardens full blooming makes it more trying.
I could endure flowers if only they had no perfume.
Pass on to the end. Is there nothing of more consequence?
If Vicente returns before the post leaves, he will be delighted to finish out the leave and supply you with those tiresome details
About myself, which you seem to enjoy so. I shall not go to Berlin and Provence as I did before.
as my child will be born in early October.
What child? How could she be so casual? Santa Maria Rose. Take that knot out of your hair. Go tell the maids they are all to take the knots out of their hair. And get me some red chalk. Mother.
رمضان شهر المودة والإحسان يجسد في كل لحظة منه أسمى معاني القيم والأخلاق. في هذا الشهر المبارك تتجدد صلتنا بالآخرين ويتجلى معنى العطاء والتعاطف. يذكرنا في كل يوم منه بدفء بيوتنا وقيمنا التي تنير طريقنا، ويبعث فينا على طاولة إفطاره ذاك الإحساس بالامتنان العميق للنعم التي تغمر حياتنا. فأفعالنا في تلك اللحظة تحمل في طياتها رسالة عنوانها التعاطف والمودة. ومع تمسكنا بتقاليدنا وعاداتنا يجمعنا أمر واحد، وهو ببساطة التراحم والتعاطف فيما بيننا. فهذه اللحظات تنبهنا إلى أهمية التسامح ومشاركة الخير مع الغير بشكل خاص خلال أيامه المباركة. وبغض النظر من أين أتينا وإلى أين نمضي، دعونا نحمل في قلوبنا روح هذا الشكر الكريم. ونتمنى لكم شهرا مفعما بالخير والبركة. رمضان كريم.
Who's this lady?
She's a Marquise or something. She knows that. That guy that's very rich. He's like the head of the country.
Okay.
She knows him. So that's a house.
Yeah.
She must have stays in the bedroom.
All be well. Sweetest Mother Maria Santa Rosa, Luxembourg, will all be well.
And while I am making my pilgrimage, you must be sure that one foot falls on any of the red chalk steps.
She has one daughter.
At last, the supreme light of Peruvian households, looking forward to this happy event. She set out on her pilgrimage to the shrine of Santa Maria de Luxembourg to pray for a safe delivery.
Let me help you. At least eat a little. If you won't let me help you, will you tell me which you are? And what? God has taken him into his hands.
Him, he has a twin
For the Captain Avola. He is the diamond of sincerity.
I will deliver it directly. Go with God, Dampier.
Go with God.
Bring me to him.
we can. And it isn't for long. As time keeps going by, you'll be surprised how quickly time passes.
His Excellency Don Andres needs to speak with you urgently.
What is the devil about?
The epidemic, you old fool.
What epidemic?
Hundreds have been struck down with the pox. The cup of the Ames fairly overflows, and the rumor that the Pelliccioli has it too.
Gift I ever gave to her. Returned without comment. I must go to her at once. Oh, I've tried. Has anyone seen her?
She will see no one at all, but her maid. And will neither confirm nor deny the rumors that she has been marked.
His Excellency has made repeated attempts to contact her to no avail, save large sum of money. And the letter, compounded by all that is possible in bitterness and pride. And now, this angry little dispatch.
Like many beautiful women who have been brought up amid continual tributes to their beauty, she assumed, without cynicism, that it was the basis of others' attachment to her.
And what, that any future attentions must spring from a pity so full of condescension as to be sodden with the satisfaction at such a complete reversal of fortune? Please, you patronize His Excellency and the court. Allow him his thesis.
I'm curious as to how he can conclude the matter.
There are not sufficient words to explain the events that might or might not have been the same without the fall of the bridge of San Luis Rey. The Pelliccioli had removed with their child, Don Jaime, to a farmhouse in a valley between there and Luxembourg. And thither the Marchesa was carried high up into the Andean hills on her pilgrimage, reciting all the glorious and sorrowful mysteries of her rosary along the route. Pepita devoutly devoted to her prayerful purpose, following behind on foot.
Dear Abbess, though I never see you, I think of you all the time. And I remember what you told me about my future with the sisters. Sometimes I do not know if you have forgotten. For I would like to leave this world forever and take my place at the foot of the cross of Christ and follow his way. Juliet. But I am so alone here. I'm not talking to anyone, so if you could let me come back to the convent, just for a few days maybe. And if you could find a minute to write me a little letter or something, I could keep it. Though I know how busy you are.
Read me what you've written. Is it a letter?
I must go downstairs and get you some new charcoal.
I can wait. I would so like to hear how you write.
Dear Addis, though I never see you, I think of you all the time. And I remember what you told me about my future with the sisters.
Sometimes I do not know if you have forgotten. I would like to leave this world forever and take my place at the foot of the cross of Christ and follow his way.
My dear Pepita, it's very beautiful. Believe me, I know.
It isn't. It isn't brave.
الدار دي خرجت ناس نفعت مصر كتير جدا.
رحمة أبويا وأمي لو كانوا ميتين آخرتها تبقى على إيدينا فعلا.
فرق كبير قوي بين الجراءة والتحول.
تعمل ايه يا انتوا يا جدع انت؟
بيانجو بلاي رمضانك نور.
أنا وكافر اليتيم في الجنة كهاتين، قالها رسول الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم. إخواني وأخواتي الأكارم، الوضع في غزة يزداد سوءا يوما بعد يوم. عندما كنت هناك حتى مارس من هذا العام تمكنا بفضل دعمكم من كفالة قرابة 1000 يتيم في القطاع، والآن أعمل مع مؤسسات خارجية من ضمنها مؤسسة هيومانيتي لضمان كفالة ما يقارب 24,000 يتيم أو يزيد بمبلغ $50 أمريكي، نضمن له إن شاء الله بفضل دعمكم مستقبلا أفضلا وحاضرا زاهرا. جزاكم الله خير وبارك الله فيكم.
And at last she wrote what she called her first letter. Her first stumbling, misspelled letter in college. It is the famous letter 56, known to the encyclopedists as her First Corinthians because of its immortal paragraph about love. Of the thousands of persons we meet in a lifetime, my child, and so on. This, the last of her letters, is at the very least immortal. Though I know now that her daughter barely glanced at any of them, in spite of their appeals for her attention, every one was returned. And that it is to Pepita that we owe their preservation.
Let me live now. Dear God, let me begin again.
Two days later, they started back to Lima. And upon crossing the bridge of San Luis Rey, the accident which we know befell them.
I'm looking for some strong fellows to go on my next trip with me. Hard work, good wages, a long way from Peru. Well? I said, do you want to go on my next trip with me? Let's settle then. You may not be used to the cold. I have a mind to sail between the islands of ice. Imagine the prow pushing through a sea of weeds, staring up a cloud of fish like grasshoppers in June. You see, son, I had a daughter, and many times she waved me farewell and welcome. There was no way of knowing if she was more intelligent or more beautiful than the thousands of other girls about. But she was mine. God took her from me just when I wasn't looking. It sometimes seems to me now that she is away on a long voyage, and that I shall see her again somewhere. So I wander about the hemispheres to pass the time between now and old age.
He was the most awkward speaker in the world, apart from the lore of the sea. But there are times when it requires a high courage to speak to Benel.
And so they started out for the far-flung ports of the Atlantic coast by way of the Inca Trail, having tracked the Andes for goods to trade on their travels.
She will not allow you in here.
I shall stay out here most happily. It is just her pride that I might pity her. Tell her I respect her discomfort at this time, and that I love her all the more for her humility of spirit. I might make myself useful with the child, or take a hand with the management of the yard here.
I'll take the eye drops. Ready. Only your medicines. Check for them today. Yeah. So maybe tomorrow she will call. But she said if you want to collect the eye drops, you can. Go sit there with white and go one time. Yeah.
This is the place to follow. I know.
Get away from me! Get out of my house! I never wanted to see him again! I gave you orders! I told you he was forbidden to come in! Get out! Leave me alone! Oh God, when shall I ever be free of you?
Just listen to me. Just once I beg you.
What is it? The police is yes,
Let me take Don behind me. For a year, let me be his teacher. Here he is among us. Servants, he will never learn anything. Camila, what will become of him?
No.
I shall love, cherish him, and take every care with him. Did I not teach you well? Did I ever harm you?
You are too cruel to keep urging gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Yes, I was very grateful. Good. But now that I'm no longer the same woman, there remains nothing left to be grateful for. If Henry wishes to go with you, very well. You will find him at the end of the film.
They reached the bridge of St. Louis Road. The captain descended to the stream in order to supervise the passage of some merchandise. Esteban crossed by the bridge. And following behind Doña Maria, La Marquesa de Montemayor, and her little companion, Pepita, he passed in front of Uncle Pio.
I will let you down to rest when we cross the bridge.
But it turned out not to be necessary. In love, it seems, their very mistakes did not seem able to last long. That was its grace.
And in compiling your book about the people who fell from the bridge of San Luis Rey, what did you divine?
In my final calculations, I concluded with a passage that tried to describe why God had settled upon that person and upon that day for his demonstration of wisdom.
I have read your conclusions. You seem unable to determine that there were any characteristics common consistently to all of the victims.
I suppose the art of biography is more difficult than is generally supposed. And interestingly, those who knew most, Captain Alvarado, for instance, ventured least.
They planned.
Murder.
Yeah. Monsieur Horn's plan.
Perhaps if I could have interviewed La Periciole, she at least was in some way associated with all of the victims. Mocked, she believed, from afar. She wandered the hills in her memory, searching for the souls of her loved ones. She was convinced that for a second time the skies had commented. First there was the smallpox, and then the fall from the bridge. These were not accidents. It wasn't until she had endured significant servitude that she came to understand some sense of the loyalty of true and devoted love. For 6 years, while I worked and pieced together the lives of those who had died,
Mother.
she shut herself out from the world at the Convento Santa Maria Rosa de las Rosas.
Do I know you, my daughter? I was the actress, La Periciole. Oh, I've wanted to know you for a long while. You too, I know, lost in the fall of the bridge. I lost 2 who'd been children in here at the orphanage. But you, I know you lost a real child of your own.
Yes, Mother.
And a great friend.
Yes, Mother.
Come into the garden. You can rest here. All of us have failed. Come.
The abbess of the Convento Maria Rosa de las Rosas.
Sister Camila, La Pericciole will take the stand.
Is she La Pericciole?
She is? Were you the actress Camila Micaela Villegas, known as La Pericciole?
Kindly identify yourself. Remove your veil. I said kindly remove your veil.
She has, Your Excellency, a God-given fear of appearing in public.
An actress, a God-given fear of appearing in public? Your Excellency, surely we cannot accept evidence from an actress masquerading in the habit of holy orders.
Your Excellency, I can vouch absolutely for her
Talent or reliability? The more able the actress, the less worthy the witness. Your Excellency, can you confirm that this is... Forgive my calling on you, but do you recognize La Pericciole? No. No.
No. I cannot say that I recognize her.
What? Sir? I do not know this woman.
For all her passion, La Pericciole had no love in her eyes.
There are none so blind, Your Excellency, who will not see.
Bishop, pray, continue in your summing up, and be brief. Please, before we all of us suffocate in this hellish heat.
You, Your Excellency, and I can see clearly now how this plan of Brother Juniper's was intended to sow the seeds of a flower of perfect skepticism.
It is entirely evident. And as I have never been obligated to go so long without smoking,
As a plan, resembles the efforts of those presumptuous souls who want to walk on the pavements of heaven and who built the Tower of Babel to get there. For our Franciscan, our doubting Thomas, faith was not enough. He wanted tabulated proof of the hand of God, historical proof, mathematical proof. Doubt springs eternal. Even in countries where the Inquisition can read the very thoughts in our eyes.
spare us your thesis on the merits of the Inquisition, if you would. You are here to implement our statutes, not to praise them.
I shall spare you Brother Juniper's generalizations. Safe to say that he thought he saw in the same accident the wicked visited by destruction and the good called early to heaven. He saw pride and wealth confounded as an object lesson to the world, while at the same time poverty and humility were crowned for the edification of the forlorn. But Brother Juniper wasn't satisfied with his reasons. The book, being done, must be judged and pronounced heretical, and with that, undone. I submit, Your Excellency, to the Inquisition, that Brother Juniper here has been put to use to do the devil's work. That this testament, this tome of his, is heretical and should be pronounced for the evil that it does, as the work of the devil. Therefore, any copy still in existence should be burned at dawn, along with their author.
Burn at the stake.
Your submission is accepted. Prepare the stake for tomorrow morning at daybreak.
escape me in the lives of those five who died eludes me, even now.
Will you do me a kindness, my daughter? Will you let me show you my work? God forgive me, for I did not know how to love. I never knew any love save lover's passion. Forgive me. My husband, El Conde Gabrieli, it is he who has sent and charged me to command to you all that has been taken and confiscated from the Franciscans in the name of the Inquisition. He does not wish to remove this wealth back to Spain, but would prefer that you should have it to enhance your work here. If you will excuse me, I will go into this room of the very sick and dying and say a few words for them to think on when they cannot sleep. Even now, almost no one remembers Esteban and Pepita but myself.
His uncle.
Sister Camila Labericholi remembers her Uncle Pio and her son. And this woman, her mother. Soon we shall all die. And all memory of those five will have left the earth. And yourselves will be left for a while. And then forgotten. But that love will have been enough. All those impulses of love return to the love that made them. Even memory is not necessary for love. There's a land of the living and a land of the dead. And the bridge is love. The only survivor. The only meaning.
رمضان مبارك، الكادو الكل يريده، موجود في كل أفرع لولو في عمان.
Let's go and do Hekam. But it looks like it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is, but you cannot understand it.
Mm. Again, Come here.
Yes.